Hi, everybody. Today is Friday, April the 26th, and I'm Kristen, and this is the Queen City Yarn Dying to Knit podcast. Thank you so much for coming and checking me out. This is a podcast about the fiber arts and pretty much my adventures in making things. I am a knitter and an independent yarn dyer with Queen City Yarn, which I own with my friend Janice. And yes, if you're new to the podcast, thanks so much for coming and checking me out. If you are coming back for more, thanks for coming back. And welcome. Grab some knitting and something to drink, and let's chat. So you can find out more about me and my projects on Ravelry. My username is Kristen, Chrisisten. On Instagram, I'm Kristen C, and I also post with Queen City Yarn. And there's a podcast group on Ravelry called Queen City Yarn, and you can check out all the yarn at queencityyarn.com. So I'd like to start out today by saying a huge thank you to everyone who came out to see us at Do You Knit in the beginning of April. We had such a good time. It was so exciting to go with Janice for that pop-up event. I don't usually travel for those events, but I really wanted to, and my mom was available to come and keep the kids, so I was able to this time, so that was a lot of fun. We had a great time. We got to meet so many people and send lots of pretty yarn babies out into the world. So we can't wait to see what all of that yarn grows up to be. So if you did meet us at Do You Knit, tag us on Instagram, show us your projects in the Ravelry group. I would absolutely love to see what you're making and how things are turning out. So today I'm going to talk about finished objects, of which I have a few, some works in progress, again, of which I have a few, and some fun things that are coming up for Queen City, a new colorway. So just lots of fun, yarny, colorful things to chat about today. So I'll start by the faux show. So the first one I'm wearing, this is my Amalia tee by This Bird Knits. If you watched the last episode, Janice convinced me that I should just go ahead and knit this, and I did. This is using our Biddleville DK. I'll stand up so you can kind of see. It's a little shorter in the front with the V-neck, and then the back is longer. So it was a really fun knit. It was really quick. I knit it in like 8 days, and it was done in time for me to wear for St. Patrick's Day. It's knit in Queen City Yarn Biddleville DK and the Irish Disappearing Trick, which is our new green, which is my favorite. And yeah, it only took me 8 days to knit. It was a fun knit. It was a little bit different than I haven't knit something using the technique that this was knit in. I don't even know if I ever have. So, but the way the stitches are, I don't know if you can see. So in order to get gauge for the pattern, you like knit around on one needle and then you switch to a much larger needle and knit around. So it was switching needles every single round, which didn't have a good flow to it, but I really like the FO. It's a really drapey, open, you gotta wear a tank top under it kind of top, but it's definitely my style, like the big boxy, comfy, like wear it with leggings, which is what I'm doing today, kind of sweater. So, and I think I'll really enjoy it this spring, and this color is just such a pretty spring green. So this is our Irish Disappearing Trick, and this is the Amalia tee in Biddleville DK. So let's see, what else? Oh, so I have quite a few finished objects. The next one is my March ornament for the ornament along that I'm doing. And full disclosure, I finished this on April 1st. I was almost done with it. I was down to like here where this gray stripe starts, and I had run out of my little nubbin of yarn and just kept thinking, oh, I'll go upstairs and get the other little nubbin because it was downstairs. My project was. And I just didn't. And then I realized on April 1st that it was April 1st and this was not done. So I finished it real quick on April 1st. But so it's done. It's a cute little sock. This one I did a Fish Lips Kiss Heel on, and I think it looks better than just like looks better for hanging on a tree than this one, which is still cute, but I don't know. Don't you think? This looks like more like, I don't know. I don't think I'll do a double gusset on another of these little ornament kind of socks, but yay, now I have 2 little sock ornaments done. I think that's all the sock ornaments I have done for that, but yes. So that's a FO. I'm working on the one for April, so I'll show that when I get to whips. The next thing I have done is another exciting knit that y'all didn't see. So you didn't see this one on the needles, and you won't have seen this one either because I cast this on the weekend before I left to go to Do You Knit for the pop-up event for the New Jersey Wool Walk, and I cast it on, I think, Thursday or Friday, and I knit the lace section over the weekend so that when we traveled, I would just have the stockinette. So this is Tegna by Caitlin Hunter. So many people have knit this sweater. It's super cute. I used our Queen City Yarn Noda sock for this. It took me 2 skeins, a little less than 2 skeins. And this is in the eggplant colorway. So I totally love how it came out. I've already worn it. And I'll be wearing this to Maryland Sheep and Wool when I go with my mom. That's next week. So if you see me, this is what I'll look like in this sweater. If you see me, stop and say hi. That would be super cool and make me feel awesome to like meet some people who are knitting with me from afar. So that's my Tegna, and I'm really excited about the sweater and about wearing it to Maryland Sheep and Wool. My mom also knit one. She used a different yarn, a silk yarn, which was beautiful, that she got from her local yarn shop, Crazy For You. Which, by the way, if you're in Maryland, Crazy For You is a yarn shop in Leonardtown, Maryland. It's my mom's LYS, and she absolutely loves it there. And they just placed a big order for Queen City Yarn. They are starting with our Biddleville DK, and yeah, I'm so excited for the next time I get to actually go home and go over to the shop and see Ellen and the staff there and meet all the knitters there, because I've been a few times, but I haven't really met knitters. When I've been, it's been like during the holidays and stuff like that when I'm home, and I haven't really got to like sit and knit and chat with anyone. So I'm looking forward to that over the summer when I get to go visit. But anyway, if you're in Leonardtown in Maryland, check out Crazy For You, and there's Queen City Yarn there for you. But anyway, Mom's Tegna that she knit is with a yarn, and I'm not sure what yarn it was, but it was a silk yarn, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I think she's worn hers too, but she's going to be wearing them at hers at Maryland Sheep and Wool too, so we'll be twinsies. So yay, so there's that one. Another FO I finished, but I don't have with me, is the Kirby Werby RBF Reboot socks that I was working on. I actually finished them, and then I gave them to my mom for Mother's Day because I wasn't sure if I was going to get to go to Maryland Sheep and Wool. Travel plans were still kind of up in the air. So when she was here visiting and taking care of the kids when I went to Do You Knit, I gave her her Mother's Day present already, just in case. But this is the colorways, and I'll show you a whip I have because I'm knitting myself a pair now. But so I finished a pair for her and gave those to her already. I finished another pair of socks. These are my socks that I was knitting along with Janice. This is the Maybe If I Start Now Christmas socks. And these were a New Year's cast on. I was using Stranded Dye Works, the BFL nylon, and the colorway was Naughty List. So these are just shorty socks. I've worn them a few times already. But I love how they turned out. I did the heel flap and the double gusset heel because I love the way that fits. And the cuff is, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 inches. So, love them. They're done, and they are into the rotation of wearing. So, what else? I think that's all of the FOs. That's all that I have in my stack. But lots of knitting, lots of FOs. That Tegna only took me 2 weeks to knit. it was just really addictive. Once I got past the lace, it was just very easy to pick up because it's just like stockinette around. So anyway, that was fun. Okay, so let's talk now about what is on my needles. So because I failed on completing my March ornament in March, I already had cast on my April ornament. So I've been working on that. This is going to be another little Christmas sock, and this stocking kind of sock. And this is leftovers from the yarn that Janice gave me for Christmas. I finished socks in them and showed them on the podcast last year. This was Rock and String Creations. I don't remember the colorway name, but that's what I'm using for this little wee sock. And I'm doing a fish lips kiss heel again because it's very fast. Well, I've done the fish lips kiss heel, and I'm back knitting in the round to do the foot. So that is well on its way to being finished. And now that I think about today's date as like the 26th, I guess I should probably finish it so I can actually finish it in April. So there's that one. Okay. What else? Oh, my purse socks. Well, first let me show you this. So my friend Jenny of the Kitchen Counter Crafter, I've talked about her bags a ton. I actually think this is the only bag I have of hers currently in use. She has come up with this new bag design and showed it on Instagram. And I was like, ooh, I'll test that. And I guess I wasn't the only one because there's a few other of us. And she was like, okay. And I was like, oh yeah, new bag, here I come. So this is a new style of Kitchen Counter Crafter bags. Right now it's full of projects because I don't have my next sweater cast on yet. But when I do, it's going in this bag. So Kitchen Counter Crafter, my friend Jenny. And this is a really cool, like lightweight fabric bag. I think this style is called like a dumpling bag or bento bag or something. But it's got these two long triangles. And then you can just tie them up and then you can like slip it over your wrist. Or Jenny actually showed a picture with it attached to her backpack with a carabiner. And I know some of our other friends are knitting sweaters out of them already and loving them. So I just got this last week and I'm really, really excited about it. And then, of course, Jenny is amazing and she spoiled me and she sent me some more yarn socks, which is what she's calling them, yarn socks. Not bras or ball holders or anything like that. So she sent me a couple more of the unicorn ones, and I was giving one to Janice when she was here last week, and somehow I ended up with it again, and I didn't mean to take it back. Like, I was gonna share. And then also like this really pretty gray and like black one, looks like knit stitches. Oh, there's two of those. So anyway, I am planning on sharing them with Janice, and I didn't mean to take the unicorn one back from her, just for the record. But anyway, isn't this pretty? Such a cool fabric, and I'm really excited about putting it into use. Right now it's holding a whole bunch of other project bags so I can bring them upstairs to show everything off. So the next project is my purse socks. These are in a little chicken boots bag right now, which I like. It's good for walking around knitting. I had these, the kids had spring break last week, so we went to the zoo, and so I was able to, knit while we were looking at animals and while they were finishing up their lunch. And I think I did post a picture of knitting while they were finishing up their lunch. But these, I'm calling these my grain line leftover socks because I'm using leftovers from the grain line cowl that I tested for Tammy Gore. And so I'm using the rest of Deep Eddy, which was the main color, which is this new spring peachy speckle, which is knitting up so pretty. Try not to hit the microphone because I think I have the microphone working, so hopefully it is. But isn't it pretty? It's just such a light, spring speckle, and I'm loving it so much. So what I'm doing is the grain line cowl used the main color and 3 minis, so that's what I'm doing for the socks. So I cast on a little short cuff, like I think I only did 4 rounds of rib for the cuff in Showgirls. And then I did a little bit of Deep Eddy. And then I used Poppy for the heel turn, or the heel flap and the turn. And then I did the double gusset heel. And I'm just about at toe time. So the toe I'm going to do in Just Peachy. So that's going to be so pretty. Like that. Yay. So I'm excited. And it's fun. They've been fun to knit on. And yeah, that's been my purse socks of late. So that's those. Then the next thing, moving along, let's see. Make sure I'm telling you about all the things. Okay, so another pair of socks are my Kirby Werby RBF Reboot socks, which I showed before. This pair is going to be for me. So, in my yarn bra from my friend Java Jenny. These are the colors. I wish I had taken a picture of my finished other ones, but I don't think I did. So I did a cuff with like 3 stripes, and then I did 2 stripes of stockinette, and now I'm using just some Knit Picks Essential Solid Black for the heel flap and heel turn, and then I'll go back to the stripes. But this striping one is upside down. Kirby Werby RBF Reboot, and I love it. So yay that, and yay for a pair of socks for me out of this colorway too. I'm glad that the pair I did for Mom was shorty socks. Oh, and these are in a Bink waffle bag, which is another really good walk around kind of knitting bag, because you can put it over your arm, which I like. So I was knitting on those last night when the kids were outside playing after supper. Okay, so those are all the socks that I have on the needles. The next thing is pretty exciting. So Janice has just released a new design. Well, just in the beginning of this month, right before our pop-up at Do You Knit. And it's called the Punky Power Cowl. And so this is my version of it. I'm a terrible tester when it comes to this. Because she asked me to test and I did not get it done. Still not done, but I'm more than halfway. Halfway was right here, I think. So anyway, this is the Punky Power Cowl, which is a super fun cowl with, it's brioche, but it's extra squishy brioche because there's like an extra round in there that's like makes it even squishier. And I love how the colors change. I'm using Queen City Yarn Bittleville DK. The pink is Berry Stomp, and the hand-painted colorway is Rosetta. And sorry again, I'm recording on a Friday, and the yard guy's out there mowing the grass, so won't. Sorry. Hopefully it's not too loud. I know the new microphone picks it up more than like just the one on my computer did. But anyway, this is the Punky Power Cowl by Janice Ficker. It is, I don't know. It's not super wide around. It's bigger than this when it's blocked a little bit. And then it just kind of like squishes down and is super, super soft and cozy and squishy because of that extra little brioche twist that she put in there. So I'm loving it. And like I said, I'm using Berry Stomp and Rosetta. And I'm really enjoying it. Now I feel like I've gotten into the groove with it. It took me a little bit because of the extra step, and I guess my brain just was like, no, this is not what we're doing because this isn't exactly how you like do regular brioche. It's got extra to it. Not hard, but a little extra. And so it took me a while to like get into the groove of it. But once I was into the groove of it, I've been flying on it. And so yeah, so I'm really loving it. And this is living in a bag by one of my friends, GNB. Only bad thing about this sweater being so open is that it catches on things sometimes. So this is a bag by my friend Jan Smiley, GNB Smiley on Etsy. her little tag. She's got a little thing of her dog Blue on there. This is from a kit that we did with her for the Virginia Beach yarn getaway a couple of years ago with one of our colorways called King Neptune. Was coordinated with it. So yeah, that's living in that bag right now. I think it's so pretty with it looks like somebody took a marker and scribbled on it. Yay! Okay, so there's that. I've got 2 more projects. Okay, so I'll show you this one. This is living in Stephen and Penelope, Oh Wow Amsterdam handmade bag from Stephen and Penelope that my friend Danny got me. It's so pretty with the paint splatters. And in this is a new design that I'm working on. And needles everywhere. I'm using leftovers from my Amalia top. And this is going to be a pattern for fingerless mitts with an optional pop top. So I just wrote the pattern up for it yesterday. I still have to finish the pop top. I've got my stitches on the needle for that. But this is going, so I knit pop top kind of mitteny gloves for like everybody in my family years ago for Christmas. Oh my gosh, so many years ago. Well before Michael and I got married. Anyway, a few of Mike's brothers have lost them because it's been years, more than 10 years since I knit them. And so Stephen has requested a new pair for Christmas. So when I knit them before, I had written a pattern and like I shared it with my mom and a couple of my knitting friends at the time. And it was for, regular mittens, but instead of having a thumb gusset, I just put stitches on hold. So the thumb was like kind of coming out of here, which was fine, but not as comfortable as mittens that I've made since then that have an actual gusset worked into it and then the thumb knit from that. So I have written up this pattern. I'm still working out the details of the pop top, which will be optional. This is going to be a beginner-friendly gusseted mitten with a gusseted thumb or fingerless mitt, whatever. You can put a mitten top on it or you can put a pop top on it that pops off so you can use your fingers, or you can do just a fingerless. So I'm working on that. So that will be coming out and sometime this summer. But it's going to be a project that I'm going to be knitting as a Christmas gift once I have the pattern written and I follow my own pattern, then I'll be knitting that for Stephen for Christmas. So, and I think I'm going to use I don't do the Sunday crossword colorway because he said he wants grays and blacks, and I think that'll be perfect for him. And so yeah, that's coming soon. Pattern and new project on the needles. And okay, so I have one more whip to show, and this is the Amazing Technicolor Dream Sweater by Stephen West Knits. And there's a little problem with it. So I love it. Like, this is the front, all those yarn ends, sleeves. I finished the back, which I did a much better job of marling the back. But anyway, I love it. It looks a little more stripey, but then it's actually looks in real life, I think, on the camera. But I really, really love it. The only problem is, I don't know if you remember last episode, Janice and I were like, one side of the front looks a little shorter than the other. And I was like, oh no, it's just because it's been folded and all that stuff. Well, no, that was actually true. And so it hangs funny. I fudged it and it hangs funny. So what I'm going to do is I got to take the collar and most of these shoulder things off of one side. This side. No. I have to take the collar off. And then I have to go back on the shoulders a little bit. And I'm actually going to unseam this part and add some extra over here on the left-hand side to make it the proper length. And then I'll finish the shoulders again. And then all that will be left will be the bottom. And I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to be wearing it till the fall, so it's not like any big rush. And I have some projects that are coming up that I'm really excited to share with you next time I podcast. That will definitely take precedence over this. But in the meantime, before I get those on the needles, I'm hoping to go ahead and take the neck off and get those stitches back live, because it is something that's easy to pick up and just zoom around on, because it's not seed stitch, it's moss stitch. The sleeves are seed stitch in my version. So, coffee break. Oh my gosh, I have to show you this mug. So I absolutely love Jenny the Potter, as so many people do. So this year for my birthday, which is coming up pretty soon, my mom got me a subscription to Jenny the Potter's Mug Club. And this is the first installation. She brought it to me when she came to visit when she was watching the kids. But so this is the first one. And I love it so much. She's so talented. But look at the Yeti. Isn't he adorable? He just makes me so happy. So I love Jenny the Potter mugs. I have a collection of them that I've been collecting for years. I've broken two, one of which I bought myself a replacement for, the crab one that she had from Maryland Sheep and Wool a few years ago, I think. Maybe Ryan was a baby, like super baby, little baby, when she had that, under a year old. Anyway, so that was like 4 years ago. So I broke that one, and I ended up contacting her and asked for her to make me a replacement, and she did. So I bought a replacement for that one. And then just recently, I didn't break it. I had put it in the dishwasher, which it was just lazy. And I don't put them in the dishwasher regularly, but I had put one in the dishwasher. One that was from a Miss Babs kind of collaboration she did with Miss Babs, and my mom had gifted it to me as a Christmas present. And it came with yarn and everything, and the handle broke off. So I'm going to chat with, she goes to Maryland Sheep and Wool, Vens at Maryland Sheep and Wool every year. So I'm going to chat with her and see, it's a clean break, if she has an idea of some type of glue or something that I could use to reattach it, because it's a really pretty one. Well, they're all really pretty. So anyway, I'm excited to see what she has to offer this year as far as mugs go. But she's one of my favorites. So, okay. Anyway, let's see. What else? No other projects to talk about. I've got things coming up, but again, I'll share those like when I actually get them on the needles. I'm still trying to think about what I want to do with the October yarn, Biddleville DK. I've got it wound up and everything. I just haven't had time to start it. And I was going to knit that Amy Miller Tide Chart sweater like my mom knit. And she used calories don't count on your birthday. And then the new interpretations came out. And Joji has a V-neck boxy DK weight sweater I think it's called Understand, and it's just beautiful. And it's something that I would wear all the time. So I'm thinking maybe I should do that one. I haven't decided. That's why I haven't cast on yet. So it's going to be either Tide Chart by Amy Miller or Understand by Joji Locatelli. So that's coming up too. But, so now let's just talk about some Queen City stuff. I'm going to knit on this cowl while we chat, because I've got a couple of things to chat with you about. So, we have lots of yarn on the website. When we actually shipped the yarn back from Do You Knit. When we got it back, we did inventory and have that stuff up on the website for you. We've been really busy. We just filled 2 big wholesale orders. One of them was for Crazy For You in Leonardtown, Maryland, which is my mom's LYS. And another one was Baba Sheep in Norfolk, Virginia, which is where Janice went and did the pop-up at for the Virginia Beach Yarn Getaway. She did a little pop-up event there. And they've had they've been a stockist since then, but we just filled another order for them. So if you're local to Baba Sheep, go check it out. They've got a brand new batch of Queen City yarn. So we've been working on some big wholesale orders and then also planning all the things for the summer. So the next thing that's coming up is our Black Mountain pop-up shop, Black Mountain Yarn Shop. I'm so excited. I'm going to be there again for Worldwide Knit and Public Day, and it's just going to be me. Janice is actually going to be on vacation in Europe, so it will be me at Black Mountain Yarn Shop this year, and I am so excited Dawn and Donna just opened up in a new space, and I've been following them on Instagram, and it just looks amazing. They're amazing anyway, but it's huge, and so I'm really, really looking forward to that. So if you're going to be in the area in Black Mountain, North Carolina for Worldwide Knit and Public Day, stop in and see me. We've got something new and really exciting that I'm going to be taking to that event that, sorry to tease you with it, but we're not quite ready to release it, but it's so exciting and we cannot wait to tell you all about it. So, but that'll be something that Janice and I do together, because it wouldn't be fair if I got to tell everybody and she didn't. So, coming soon, exciting Queen City news. The other thing is my off-the-cuff hat. I released that pattern at the end of March, and that is live on Ravelry. And we have Biddleville DK in the web shop for you to purchase to knit that hat. Also, Janice's Punky Power Cowl is live on Ravelry as of the very beginning of April. And we've got lots of gorgeous color choices for that in the shop too. And I thought that I had her sample to show off of the actual finished one, but I don't have it with me, or couldn't locate it. I don't know. There's a huge bin of samples, so I didn't find it. But I have mine to show off. But she used a new colorway, and she designed this colorway, and I'm so in love. It's called Mixtape. So we're doing like this summer of the 80s kind of throwback colorway kind of yarn. So this is Mixtape, and then the other color that she used is called Women at Work, and I didn't have a skein of it to grab right now, but it is a gorgeous like neon yellow. And she used that for her cowl, but this is Mixtape. This is it on our Biddleville DK. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has so much gorgeous color in it. So this is new. It's in the shop, and Women at Work is in the shop, which is the neon yellow, and Janice's Cowl Punky Power is live and available on Ravelry. So there's that. Okay, what else? Another thing coming up in June. So Worldwide Knit and Public Day when I'm at Black Mountain is on Saturday, June the 8th. And then at the end of June, Janice will be attending the Zombie Knitpocalypse, and she'll also be vending Queen City yarn in the marketplace there. So yeah, we have lots of fun things coming up. It's really kind of crazy busy right now as far as dyeing goes. My kids are done with school at the end of May, and we have quite a few events scheduled for the summer. And Janice and I just spent Monday planning for all of those events, all of the dye plan and the layout and all that kind of stuff for those events. And so we just have a ton of dyeing to do, and the goal is to get it all done before the kids get done school, because then it's summer, and then it's like full-time mom for me, and Janice has travel and all kinds of stuff scheduled for the summer as well. So we're trying our best to get as much done, like front loading, right, as we can before school lets out. And so yes, we've been just very busy dyeing, and that's why I haven't been able to podcast until today, because once we got back from Do You Knit, we were dyeing the wholesale orders, and then all the planning and starting to dye for all the summer things coming up. And so anyway, it's been very busy, and I just haven't had time, but I've missed it, and I'm really excited to be podcasting now. I'm definitely going to have a podcast up in May before the kids get done school. That is like going to happen. And then hopefully I'll be able to record a podcast sometime in June. They have a couple of little summer camps for like in the morning, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get one up in June. I don't know about July. We'll see. I just had to play it by ear. I don't know how it would be trying to record with the kids running around. I feel like they would be all up in it, which could be cute, but it could also be like, I just want to see some knitting, right? Not your crazy kids running around. And then come fall, then they're both going to be in school, because my son will be in kindergarten. So then I'll have more time, which will be nice. So hopefully then maybe the podcast could be a little bit more frequent and regular because it's just kind of fly by the seat of my pants at this point in time. So anyway, thanks so much for spending some time with me. I can't believe it's only like a half an hour this time, so hopefully that works well for you. And yeah, hopefully you'll come back again. And maybe I'll see you at Maryland Sheep and Wool or at Black Mountain. And if you see me, come say hi. I would absolutely love to meet you. So until then, happy knitting!